Hello students, welcome to my channel. Today I am here to teach you a new chapter of your CBSE class 5 science book, which is a snake charmer story. So let us begin with it. My grandfather Roshan Nathiji was famous among our people. He could easily catch many poisonous snakes. He tells me many stories about his past. Come listen to his stories in his own words. Here, a voice telling that his grandfather Roshan Nathaji was famous among people because he used to catch poisonous snakes, and he is telling some stories about these poisonous snakes. So, let us begin with this story. I am Arinath. I can do something special which I am sure none of you can do. So here the boy's name is Arinath and he is telling that he can do something special for us which we can't do. So let us see what special he can do which we can do. Do you know what? I can play the bean. So the boy is telling that he can play the bean. You must be surprised. Yes, we are surprised. Yes, I can make snakes dance by playing the bean. I have learned this art from my family members. We people are known as kalbeliyas. So this boy is telling that he can make the snakes dance by playing the bean, and this art of playing bean he has learned from his family members. So these peoples are called as kalbeliyas. यहाँ आर्यनाथ एक लड़का है जो बोल रहा है कि उसे एक स्पेशल चीज़ करनी आती है, वो है बीन बजानी. सो ये बीन बजा के स्नेक्स को नचाता है. और उसने ये कला कहाँ से सीखी? उसके फैमिली मेम्बर से सीखी है और इन लोगों को कलबेलियास बोलते हैं. So Nagagumpan. Designs of this kind are used in rangoli embroidery as well and as wall decoration in Saurashtra, Gujarat and South India. So you can see an image here. So this is called as Nagagumpan, and this type of images, so they are used in rangolis, embroideries and as a wall decoration in places called as Saurashtra, Gujarat and in some parts of South India. So remember in mind about Nagagumpan. So this type of images are called as Nagagumpan and they are used in rangoli embroidery and wall decoration in places like Gujarat, Saurashtra and South India. सो इन इमेजेस को नागघुम्पन बोलते हैं और ये रंगोली एम्ब्रॉयडरी और वॉल डेकोरेशन में यूज़ होते हैं. ये सौराष्ट्र, गुजरात और साउथ इंडिया के थोड़े भाग में यूज़ किए जाते हैं. इसको नागघुम्पन बोलते हैं. Dadaji remembers from the time of my grandfather and great grandfather we have always been sapiras, snake charmers. So Arinath is telling that from the time of his grandfather and great grandfather they are sapiras, that means the snake charmers in English. Snakes have been an important part of our life. We used to move from village to village carrying our snakes in a bamboo baskets. Whenever we stopped in a village, a crowd would gather around us. We would then take out our snakes from our baskets. So here the boy Aryanath belongs to the family called Kalbeliyas, and his grandfather and great grandfather have been working as a sapiras. So sapiras are nothing but the snake charmers. So these snake charmers used to carry the snakes in their bamboo baskets, and whenever they stop in a village, a crowd would get collected and they used to watch the sapiras playing the bean and snake dancing on it. So यहाँ पे आर्यनाथ बोलता है कि उसके ग्रैंडफादर और ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर सपारीज थे जो कि स्नेक चाम्बर्स होते हैं, जो अपनी बैम्बू बास्केट में स्नेक्स कैरी करते हैं और विलेज से विलेज जाके अपनी बीन बजा के वो स्नेक को डांस करवाते हैं और लोग इकट्ठा होते हैं और उन्हें पैसे देते हैं ये देखने के लिए. Even after the show, people would stay on. They knew that in our tin box there were many types of medicines for them. We made these medicines from plants collected from the forest. I have learnt all this from my grandfather. I felt nice that I could help people with my medicine even if doctors and hospital were far off. In return, people would give us some money or food grains. In this way, we could manage our life. So here Aryanath is telling that even after the dance show of the snakes, people used to stay there and see that they had some type of medicines in their tin box which they have been prepared from the plants of the forest. They used to buy them and pay money and food grains in the return, in which they used to manage their life. So यहाँ आर्यनाथ बोलता है कि वो जो स्नेक डांस हो जाने के बाद भी वहाँ पे लोग इकट्ठा होते थे और वो टिन बॉक्स में जो मेडिसिन्स रहते थे उन्हें ख़रीदते थे, या तो पैसे देके या तो फूड ग्रेन्स देके। इस फूड ग्रेन से और पैसों से आर्यनाथ के फैमिली का गुजारा चलता था। Sometimes I was called to places where someone had been bitten by a snake. From the marks of the bite, I tried to find out which snake had bitten the person. So here Aryanath's grandfather is narrating all these stories to Aryanath. So he is telling that the people used to call him to the places where the snake used to bite a person. So by seeing that bite, he tried to find out that which snake has bitten the person. ये स्नेक बाइट को देख के किस स्नेक ने ये पर्सन को काटा है ये पहचानने की ताकत आर्यनाथ के ग्रैंडफादर के पास थी. आई वुड देन गिव अ मेडिसिन फॉर दैट, बट आई हैव नॉट ऑलवेज बीन ऑन टाइम टू हेल्प. As you know, some snakes bite can even cause death on the spot, but most of the snakes are not poisonous. So Aryanath's grandfather is telling that he used to give medicine for the person who had snake bite, but sometimes what happened, there are more poisonous snakes which can cause death on the spot, but most of the snakes are not so poisonous. So यहाँ पे जितने सारे स्नेक्स होते हैं उसमें थोड़े ही पॉइजनस होते हैं, बहुत सारे उतने पॉइजनस नहीं होते हैं. थोड़े स्नेक्स की बाइट से स्पॉट में डेथ हो जाता है. और आर्यनाथ के ग्रैंडफादर इन्हें मेडिसिन देके इन्हें बचाते थे. Sometimes when some farmers would come running for help shouting snake snake, I would catch that snake. Or sometimes Aryanath's grandfather used to go catch snakes when farmer used to shout for the help if there is any snake in the field. After all, catching the snake was something I had been going since my childhood. So from his childhood, the only work he used to do that was catching the snakes. Oh, those were the good days. We could help a lot of people in many ways. We also entertained them. It was not like today when everyone watches TV for entertainment. When I grew older, my father taught me how to remove their poisonous teeth fangs. He also taught me how to close the tube of poison in the snake's mouth. So he is telling that he also used to entertain the people using the snake. It was not like these days people watching TVs for entertainment. As he grew older, he learned how to remove those poisonous teeth, and also the tubes of the poison which were present in snake's mouth were closed by him. सो यहाँ आर्यनाथ के ग्रैंडफादर बोल रहे थे कि वो स्नेक्स को पकड़ के उन्हें डांस करवा के एंटरटेनमेंट करते थे, ना कि ये दिनों में हम लोग टीवी देख के एंटरटेन हो जाते हैं. और उन्होंने ये भी सीखा था कि वो पॉइजनस स्नेक्स के दांत कैसे निकालते हैं और उनका पॉइजन वाला जो ट्यूब होता है माउथ में वो भी बंद कर देते हैं. थिंक एंड टेल. Have you ever seen anyone playing a bean? Where? Nowadays, we are not able to see those people anywhere. Have you ever seen a snake? Where? Yes, we have seen a snake. Might be in the garden of a house or somewhere on the road when we are traveling. Were you scared by it and why? So, it is obvious that we get scared from the snake thinking that they are poisonous. Do you think all the snakes are poisonous? Yes, so because some little bit of a poison is also present in a snake which is harmful for us. In chapter 1 you read that snakes do not have ears which you can see. Can the snakes hear the bean or does it dance when the bean moves? What do you think? No, snakes are not able to hear but they can feel the vibration. So when the bean is played by the sapiras, they move. As they move, the snake also start dancing with their moves. What can we do? Aryanath, your father used to travel with me ever since he was a young child. He learned to play the bean without being taught. These days it is difficult. Now the government has made a law that no one can catch wild animals and keep them. Some people kill the animals and sell their skins at high prices. So they made a law against this. Now with this law, how will we earn our livelihood? We people have never killed snakes and sold their skin. People say that we keep the snakes in bad condition. Now Aryanath's family is discussing that government has made a law that we shouldn't keep the wild animals. As we keep them in a bad condition, we kill them and we sell their skin. So now this was the only livelihood for these sapiras. Now it is not allowed, it is against the government rule. So how these families have to earn their livelihood? If we wanted, we too could have earned a lot of money by killing snakes, but we would never do that. Snakes are a treasure that we pass on from one generation to another. We even gift snakes to our daughters when they get married in a Kalbilia dance. We also have moments similar to the dance of the snake. Aryanath, you will have to make a different life yourself. You have got your father's gift of playing the bean. You and your cousins can form a bean party and entertain people, but do not waste this knowledge about snakes you have got from your elders. Now Aryanath's grandfather is telling that now killing snakes and keeping snakes with us is not allowed, but playing bean is one of a talent we have got from our family members. We shouldn't waste them. You and your cousin get together and form a bean party and you can entertain people and earn your livelihood. Share your knowledge about snakes with children who lives in towns and cities. Tell them that they should not be scared of snakes. Help them to recognize poisonous snakes. Tell them how snakes are friends of the farmers. They eat the rats in the field, otherwise rats would eat the crops. Now you tell a story, also make a new story of your life to tell to your grandchildren. So now Aryanath's grandfather is telling that the knowledge which you have about the snakes, you go and tell this to the children who are present in the towns and cities, and also tell that all the snakes are not poisonous. Some of them also help the farmers in the fields to eat up the rats. So if there are rats in the field, they can eat up the crops and cause loss to the farmers. So make your own stories so that you can tell them to your grandchildren. So here are the musical instruments used in the bean party. You can see here in the image one, bean, tumba, kanjiri and dhol. Except dhol, all the other three instruments are made from a dried gourd, that is Loki. From the dried gourd, that is Loki, a vegetable. From using that, these beans are made. So that is nothing but a musical instrument. So you can see here in the second image the Kalbilia dance image. So thank you. This was about the snake chamber story. So here we have studied more and got more knowledge about snakes and the calbillias and sapiras, and also got to know snake doesn't have ears, they just dance to the movement of the bean and the saparis. So thank you for staying connected. Please watch my next video, which will be part 2 of your snake chambers story. Thank you.